Hello, everybody. Welcome, and thank you so much for having me here. It's always a pleasure to be here in Israel. We're going to reconnect a couple of things while I talk. So I use the time to thank the sponsors, thank YouTube, thank everyone for having Maker here at Made for Web at what is an incredible event. And today I'm going to give you guys an understanding of the world of content creation. And how you guys might start being able to approach this. I'm going to come at this at a pretty interesting level. So I'm going to come at this from a level of creator which is very, very experienced. But that's not to say that in this room today there won't be someone else who's a creator. So my name is Robbie, and I look after Maker Studios in EMEA. We're part of the Walt Disney Company. So half of my life is spent thinking about the world of creators and how to work with them and how to create incredible programs with them. And half of my world is spent thinking about how to work with Disney on releasing really interesting movies and working with our stars to make it happen. So the title of the presentation today is, drum roll, entertaining, engaging, authentic content. It's changed really fast. There are 3 places in the world where you can't choose what you watch. It's given to you without your choice. What are those 3 places? 1, an airplane. And I'll talk about that in a second. 2, a taxi. My taxi on the way in had the most sophisticated technology I've ever seen. He had the TV, he literally had his kitchen in the taxi. It was incredible. And the 3rd place, unfortunately for you, is here now, right? But the first part always surprises me. You fly on Israel's most fantastic, world-renowned airline, and I better be careful because there's some ministers in the room. And it's an experience. I mean, if they actually let you on the plane, that's a first win, right? Which was tough for me, even though I am Jewish. I told them about my rabbi and all the rest. And then when you get on there, there's no content experience because it doesn't work. So they gave me this iPad, and then at the end of the flight, they were picking up all the iPads, and they lost 2. So do you know where they were? The bloody pilots had them in the front of the plane. So anyway, we're digesting content all the time, and it's changing really, really fast. And you know what's changed really fast in the last 5 days? Pokemon has changed the world, right? It's actually changed authentic content. It's whilst writing this presentation, I actually have to rewrite it again because Pokemon has changed the face of the planet, right? I was reading this morning that there are minefields in Bosnia that haven't exploded, and people are being warned not to go near the minefields because of, in case of trouble. And, many, many stories, the U.S. Holocaust Museum has told people not to play Pokemon on it. There's been people who have, attempted... Anyway, it's changing. That's content. It's not a game. In my opinion, that's also content because you're, immersed in a screen experience. Anyway, I'm going to give you guys a tour. We're going to talk it through. I'll go quickly through some things. If you get bored of an example, tell me I'm bored, and we'll move on. And then we'll open up for questions if anyone wants to ask questions. But before we start, this is what we do. Get sound. maker. What is the first thing, you're too young to have kids, so you won't answer this question, but what's the first thing a 5-year-old does when they wake up in the morning? What do they do? I don't know. Where's that logo gone? It's over here. Look at that. What does that say? Yeah, YouTube. The first thing a 5-year-old does in the morning when they wake up is they ask for this. They ask for YouTube. They ask for their parents' telephone. They ask to watch Princess Play-Doh. And the only place in the world that Anna, who's my 5-year-old, can get that fix is on the mighty YouTube. She'll go on there, she digests, she chooses her content, she chooses what she wants to watch, how she wants to watch it. You have to be careful because then she moves into a world of like epic rap battles, and I'll talk about that more in a minute. And that could be probably not what I want her to digest at sort of 7:30 in the morning. But you know, it's the same across the board. As soon as they're able to hold a device, they are digesting content. And it's problematic in countries where people live in apartments. So I live between Paris and London, and you park underground, right? You park in the parking. But the kids are like, why the hell doesn't YouTube work in the car park, right? And they're totally right. That should be solved. We need to get Wi-Fi everywhere. So we're seeing a seismic change in the way that content is being produced, and that production companies, creators, and people are thinking about what they need to produce. And you take the Beeb, right, the BBC, the oldest broadcaster in the world, comes along and reinvents itself as a digital OTT and on the top platform. You know, essentially one click away, programming built for the web, built for digital, and had to do that because it had to reinvent itself in its audience. A company that didn't have to reinvent itself but will do, Vice, a company that is where the news happens, you know, with its journalists across the world, you know, producing content in a different form, then comes along and says, actually, we're going to become a multi-channel TV channel, right? Viceland, very popular, tapping into incredible stories for many different sorts of generations. Who's this? Good, thank God for that, right? The biggest star on the planet, in my opinion, 45 million YouTube subscribers. He's God to 15-year-olds, 13-year-olds. He releases a book, and it's the New York Times bestseller. It actually sells quicker and faster than John Lennon's book in the 1960s. PewDiePie lives in Brighton, has a quiet existence, but is one of the most influential men on the planet for any brand or any company working with him. And even him, he's reinventing himself. He goes from a world of YouTube to YouTube Red, to actually putting his content behind a paywall, right? Enabling people to essentially pay more for the content he's creating because they love it so much. So Yella, what does that mean? What does that all mean? We're fighting for the consumer, right? And actually, if I'd had time, I probably just would have put a Pokemon sign across the whole of this slide, because basically, you've got all these guys on this screen now, right? And now they're all fighting for time and in this noisy environment against one game, right? But that is how incredible this world is, and that's how lucky we all are to work in high tech and technology. And you know, if you look at the string of acquisitions and you know, look at the different things that have happened in the last 6, 12 years, and I'm so excited about what that means going forwards, but it's incredibly tough to keep attention. When you're producing content and when you're thinking about your audience, and whoever's in this room, if you're a brand marketeer or if you're a producer or an aspiring creator, you know that your audiences are on multiple platforms. And I'll take my friends down here, right? You're connected to probably 5 or 6 different platforms. You're on Snapchat, you're on Snapchat, Instagram, Vine, Twitter, Facebook all day long. And if you take the world of a creator, that's really challenging. I was with one of our biggest creators in France the other week, And I just don't even know when she sleeps because she's like constantly blogging. She's vlogging. We were out to dinner and she's got this camera and she's filming like the tomatoes and she's like, and then she's back in her room and she's like, today I had this bathrobe. And like, I was talking to my girlfriend, I was like, who watches this shit? But actually, it's incredibly addictive. You want an insight into someone's life and you get it as a consequence of these creators. And let's face it, we crave emotional expression. We crave that validation to when we post something on Instagram or we put something on YouTube and it's shared thousands of times. Because that for us is a bit like when we were at school and you got an A or whatever the grading system is. You get a like or you get a love and you feel really great about yourself. A recent article came out from Variety magazine in the US that looked at the world's most influential top 20 stars on the planet amongst our young people. A millennial apparently was born after 1980, so I'd say we're probably 70% of the room. I kind of fall off of that one, unfortunately, but anyway. And look who's at the top. These are our YouTube stars. They are more influential than Jennifer Aniston, than Morgan Freeman. They do something, and with PewDiePie, we released something for Alzheimer's the other week in Germany for a charity, and as soon as he talked about the game, it crashed their servers because hundreds of thousands of people had downloaded it. So the content landscape has changed. And now I'm going to give you an example. Now I'm going to give you some examples of what that actually means. What are people looking at? How are they producing it? And how's it happening? And, we just got an Emmy nod, right? So if anyone hasn't seen it, Epic Rap Battles, you essentially, it's a format that was produced and is completely owned by Maker Studios, where you bring together two sort of conflicting personalities and they rap off against each other. And you had loads of parodies taking place off the back of it. And it's a really big move because it essentially means that the industry as a whole is recognizing the work of the web. And when we think about how we make content, we try and tap into these different areas. We try and work out what is actually happening in the world and how can you make that happen. So you're analyzing data and trends and destinations. So really, if I was intelligent, and I'm only semi-intelligent, I'd go back to our creative team in London. I'd say, let's produce a Pokemon skit. I don't know, let's produce something with Pokemon, right? Let's get out and about in town, and let's work out how we can start filming people who are like climbing all over each other. There's got to be something that can be done from there, but you're exploring things like Google Trends, and you're understanding what people are looking at. And then the heart of everything that we do is all based on creativity and intuition. So if you're an aspiring creator or you're an aspiring company working with creators, think about who you're hiring, think about working with those sorts of people. So I'm going to start giving you guys some examples of things that have actually happened in this space. And this is Spark by Maker. It talks for itself.
In the fall of 2015, Maker Studios created Spark by Maker, a content initiative designed to empower creators to make an original franchise proof of concept they'd never have the ability to produce on their own. Basically, we reached out to a diverse group of Maker creators and said, hey, we want to make cool new stuff with you. Want to make cool new stuff with us? And a whole bunch of them were like, sure thing, Maker Studios. Within 3 months, we developed and produced more than 40 epic original pieces of content in order to showcase our creators' talent and creativity. We called this first group of creators the Class of 2015. We gave them yearbooks and everything. We then released these videos into the wild and watched how audiences reacted compared to other videos on those creators' channels, using metrics like views, retention, engagement, sentiment, and shares. Based on the results, we're proud to announce our Class of 2015 Spark projects being greenlit to series. Spin for ink.
Here's how it works. You're gonna compete in a series of physical and trivia challenges. If you win, you get your dream tattoo. If you lose,
you get a tattoo picked out by me.
Good luck.
Worthy.
Dear Karis, my name is Alexis.
I suffer from severe acne. My biggest dream has always been to be a pop star, and I always thought it was something I couldn't do anymore because of the way I looked and like how harsh some people can be.
Well, Lexi, Right now, you're on a plane to Los Angeles, and I want to let you know that you are worthy.
Oh my goodness, Lexi! It sounds so good.
I am worthy!
The Remember Hour.
Hey, Rash, are you ready to remember?
Oh, I am, Skid.
Hit it!
Can I crush it?
And today, we're here to discuss the PS4. Boy, that's a whole lot of teraflop, ain't it? But the question is, can I crush it? Hold on, what they done did? What it got up in there? PS4, you strong, huh?
Spark by Maker isn't just one thing we do. It's the foundation of everything we do. It's the logical evolution of Maker's two core principles, creativity and collaboration. So in the spirit of collaboration, we're not being selfish about Spark by Maker. In fact, the same core philosophy serves as the framework for our Disney XD by Maker program, leveraging data and insights to inform our content creation. We still have graduates from our class of 2015 available for sponsorships, as well as a whole new group of creators about to begin the next class of Spark. We're calling that one the class of 2016. See how this works?
I think I saw that guy running on the beach the other day on the Tayela. Everyone seems to run without their T-shirts on here in Israel. And I maybe next time I come, I'll be able to do that. So you saw some really interesting ideas by something that we're calling Spark. It's sparking ideas. It's tapping into intuition and creativity. Very interesting. I'm going to take you through some more because I think this is really cool for you guys to see, and these aren't Israeli-focused ideas, but I think it's very good for you guys to see what's happening in EMEA as well. And this is KSI. KSI is, I'd say, it could be conceived as actually even more important than PewDiePie. He's a really important gamer. And we produced a show with him called Pass the Pad, which is essentially a chat show plus gaming show. The two together, and essentially you bring in famous celebrities and you get them to come in with their two favorite games. You engage the audience by getting them to tweet around what they want to play. And it produced this incredible result where essentially everyone wanted to license this content and put it on their platform. And it was a very successful show. So I'll show you what this looks like.
Being the sexiest fat kid in England.
No one comes round your house asking you for urine.
This is what happens when Jamie Oliver comes around your house.
Look at the state of me on that game, man. Whoa.
1, 2, 3, jump!
This is so sick!
This is mad.
I'm playing Pac-Man, guys. You gotta do, yo. Yeah.
Mario Kart 64, Mr. E.
Oh, shit!
This used to be my game, bro.
Look at the size of that.
Nobody's taking Donkey Kong away from me!
Press return.
What's going on?
You just wait then.
Very compelling format, interesting. I'm hoping what you're seeing here is that there is a rhyme and there is a reason, but it's about exploring what formats might be able to work differently. It's about tapping into different data points and seeing how you can work with what people really want to be watching at this moment. So this guy's called Joe Weller. He has 3 million subs on YouTube. He's also a very influential UK-based vlogger. And Joe is like 19, 20, never had a job because his only job has been YouTube. So we said to Joe, what if we gave you 6 different jobs and we went out there and we shot you and filmed you actually taking part in doing those jobs? So we put Joe at the airport working with British Airways. We put him down a drain cleaning a sewer. We put him on in a swimming pool doing diving. We put him actually as a nude model for a bunch of guys in a parish church. He was pretty worried about that one, but he did it. He was a good sport. And this is what it looks like.
I've never really had a proper job.
So I've been asking you boys and girls to suggest real life career paths for me to try, to test me to the absolute limit. Very happy.
So how much an hour will I be getting paid for this?
It's the highest one they do. I actually can't. Oh! Right tonight, this is some sort of joke and not to be taken seriously. I've had enough. I might take this up, you know. I think I could do it. I know, because you're going to watch this and go, oh yeah, it looks good, looks interesting. You need to experience it.
Joe Weller. So then you come into the world of like cartoon animation graphics, which is clearly hugely important for Disney, and a very challenging area and a very expensive area as well to be producing in. And I don't know if there are any of you in this room that are in this space. We produce something around the world's biggest Minecrafters, and we came up with this premise, which was that these 4 pixelated kids have been sucked into a cosmic singularity, and they have to battle against a crazy tyrant and to get home. And it's wacky, but this is like the stuff that the world is happening. And these are our Minecrafters with brilliant names. And I'll give you a quick view of what that looks like.
Wow, where are we? Are you okay, Mars? What? Oh no, my tiara! Let's get it, then we can explore. Ah! Shark!
Hello.
Ah! The talking shark!
The good news is, this tiara is just what I've been looking for.
And is the bad news that you're a vegetarian like me, so we're safe?
Afraid not.
Ew! In here! And no more smells. Haha, result!
Boom!
Ah!
The tiara. Now.
Hey you! You know what? That glinting teeth thing doesn't scare me. You can't go around chasing and bullying people just because you want something.
Really big lots of sorry.
Sharky, stealing is really not cool. But you know what? Saying sorry is.
Oh, guys.
Enough of that. That didn't work. We didn't sell it. There you go. I wanted to see your reaction. Put that one back to the drawing board. Right. I'm going to skip past Learn It or Burn It. But essentially, it's a show where you either learn the musical instrument or you burn it. Do you want to see it? Oh, all right, then fair enough, we'll see it.
Yo!
Hey guys!
Hello.
Hey guys.
So what's going on, guys?
I got a call from this guy
Named Jamie Burnish, and I'm looking for all the stars of today to make the hits of tomorrow.
First impressions of Jamie.
It's quite an odd fella.
I'm going to show you an instrument now.
I think it's an instrument, right? I mean, it is an instrument.
You want me to put one of these things in my mouth and then you're going to give me money and you're saying this is not porn?
I'm going to give you this for a week, and I need you to learn this instrument. The thing is, if you don't do it, I'm going to have to burn it.
Wow.
I took it to a park, and it started to attract dogs.
Jamie collaborating with YouTubers, more like he's bothering them.
I don't think we have to do this.
God, I'm a professional!
Hey, bro.
Don't try this at home. Are you ready?
Jamie has definitely got issues when it comes to fire.
Let's burn a thing!
I think Jamie is psychotic.
What's that same with a blowtorch?
The white people are different, you know? Like, they can burn something and it's okay.
Ah!
But seeing as I start getting chemicals and stuff, you know, burning stuff, people are like, oh, you know, you're ISIS. And I'm like, no, I'm not.
This is my favorite part.
But even if I am, it's none of your business. Whatever.
So you quite like that one, right? But actually, it's quite difficult to sell a show about burning things, right? And in this current day and age. So we may need to rethink some of the way that we work that one. But that's our slate. And this is what we would do, right? We come along at the beginning of the year and we iterate constantly throughout the year. And we say, okay, what do we want to produce? And we divide our genres into different areas. And we say, okay, these are the sorts of things that we're interested in producing over the next 12 to 18 months. And then, we're a business, so we want to try and sell as many of those as possible, right? We want to try and get different platforms to take sponsorships or brands, et cetera, et cetera. And it's a really exciting space. And I thought I'd leave you with a couple of examples of what this looks like in the world of advertising. I don't know if anyone's in advertising in this room. Yeah, let's go. Whoopee, right, so I'm going to sell you something at the end of this, right? So let's make some ads together. I'm not making one of these ads, right? This is not what I'm interested in, okay? Because I've already booked my flight on LL, and it was a great experience. And I don't want $100 to go and see the attractions in Israel because some guy is going to sell them to me in the hotel. I'm never going to be upsold on your site, and Booking knows everything about your experience. So I stayed in one of those hotels. It was nice. Influencer marketing. Okay, so this is the idea. You put an influencer, you put a brand, and you basically create content off the back of it. And this is what ads look like. So our wonderful friends from Google came to us and said, we have a challenge. We have this thing on our phone, which is called Google Voice, right? And we want people to use it more. And so we said, okay, Google, what are we going to do?
Lewis versus Simon. Google duel on this episode.
Okay, Google.
One would like to know.
What is a gnome?
Begin.
Hi, we're here today playing with the Google app. We're the Yogscast. We've got a list of words, and you have to get Google to say them.
Yeah.
Without saying them yourself.
Simple. What could be easier?
Okay, Google. What are the most... What are...
No. You've got to think like Google, Lewis. Okay, Google. What was the name of King Arthur's sword?
Excalibur was given to Arthur by the Lady of the Lake. She calls the sword Excalibur. That is as to say as cut steel.
That is to say as cut steel.
Would you like to get started?
So you get it, right? Very successful. And then off the back of that, so successful was it that people started dueling with each other, right? So it became a game that people were playing at home and celebrities started playing as well. And you see what the combination is there. The Yogcasts are very important social influencers in the UK, and they have footprint in the US and various of the English-speaking markets, together with a really cool concept, putting the brand at the center of the content. That is branded content, branded entertainment. That is a form of organic advertising, which produces incredible results. And I'm going to leave you with this other example, which is for Toyota Aygo, and we did this in collaboration with Saatchi. And we used a prankster, so someone who performs pranks, a guy called Rahat. And I'll let you guys watch it because it's a pretty brilliant piece of content.
¿Sacamos el equipaje?
Perdona, ¿quiere las 9 piezas o no? Que no, que no, que ahora mismo,
Suerte, Coque. Buena suerte.
So go phone yourself. Yeah, I think it's an amazing example. And yeah, I mean, just look at the results. This is back then. This was a while ago, and you get millions of views, thousands of likes, thousands of shares, and it's a very powerful tool. So my name is Robbie. It was an absolute pleasure being with you today, and thank you very much for your time. Thank you.